rest of the class's grades. The rest of the class didn't get a placebo. It's not like somebody went up and taught them fake math, like they just didn't get the treatment. So sometimes you just don't get a thing, and sometimes you get a fake thing to make you think that possibly you're getting affected. Is the gum helping? Okay. A placebo, sometimes people have not only like mental reactions, like suppose you take a pill and it's a fake pill, like a sugar pill. So it's a real physical pill, but it doesn't have the medicine in it, right? So you take it and you start to feel better. Can you actually feel better from a fake pill? You can. Your brain is powerful enough that if you believe something is true, you can physically make it happen in your body. People have gotten better just thinking that they're getting treatment. And intense problems, like people have not completely recovered, but temporarily recovered from like cancer because they believe that they're getting treated. And that's how we tell the difference, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to put a medicine on the market and have people, you say to somebody, here's a pill, they take it and they're like, wow, I feel better. And then it's just the placebo effect, and then we put it on the market, and then we're in trouble. There was actually a case study of this. It's crazy. You can look it up. It's, I gotta remember the name of the pill. It was something super weird. I'll look it up for you in a second. I think it had a lot of X's in it. But anyway, it was this brand that they were trying to sell next to like ibuprofen and aspirin. And they were trying to say that not only does this pill take your pain away, but it actually improves your heart condition. Which, did you know that aspirin does? Aspirin, if you take like an aspirin a day, it keeps your heart healthy. Especially, not really right now it would matter to you, but like your grandparents might want to take an aspirin a day because it'll help them. Niox maybe or something like that. Diox, I'll look it up for you. Anyway, this company wanted so badly for this to work that they gave it to people, and then people took them, right? And then they took like their blood pressure and took all this information about them. And it turned out that their medicine was actually hurting people's hearts compared to helping people. So they should have just taken it off the market right there. But the scientists were so invested and so interested in this, and they really wanted it to work, that they didn't believe the results. So instead, they were comparing it to aspirin, right? And ibuprofen. Ibuprofen doesn't help your heart at all, but it does take away your pain. So instead of saying, look, our medicine makes things worse, they said, wow, ibuprofen helps your heart, and our medicine doesn't do anything, when actually it was like this, where ibuprofen does nothing, and then this dioxin or whatever it was hurts you. I think they put it on the market, and it was something like 37,000 people died over 5 years taking this drug before they pulled it off the market. Significant things can happen when you misinterpret data and results. I'll look up the name of the thing for you in a few minutes. Okay, an experiment. Let's see, an example of an experiment would be like a drug trial. Or any kind of physical trial. Okay, you need to go get a prize. What are you thinking? Are you going to go for gross? We're trying the pickle. Okay. Do you like pickle flavored things?
I like pickles, yeah.
Pickles or pickle flavored things?
I don't really eat pickle flavored things, I just eat a pickle.
All right, well, then we'll find out. It's taffy. Taffy does that. All right, what's it like?
Pickle wings, I can put them.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really taste like anything.
Okay, you're also sick.
Taste rough.
Okay. Nothing?
A little bit, but not much.
Okay, well, it can't be that bad then. Do you want a piece of gum? Okay. All right. Anybody know the last one? This one's a really hard one.
Is that one where they just analyze like stuff that's just like your medical stuff, like things that you have, but not like they're getting new results, they're just analyzing like what doctors have recorded on stuff?
So that would still be a survey, because they're just
Okay.
getting information by asking people.
Research,
What'd you say?
research, like you collect data from the internet, you do research.
That would again be like a survey, because you're getting information that people originally asked for, or the question is, how did you get the original information, and if the original information came from an experiment, or a study, or a survey. Okay, how about I describe it, and then you tell me if you can think of the word. That work? This is when it's too dangerous or costly to do an experiment. So they can't do a real experiment because it's too dangerous, or it's too expensive, or unrealistic. Yeah?
Virtual study?
You say a fictional study?
Virtual.
Virtual study. Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about, except for, and sometimes it's actually like models and stuff, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Let me get the word I'm looking for. It starts with an S.
Simulation.
A simulation.
Oh,
Okay. Can anybody think of an example of a simulation? A real life example of what, a situation that would be too dangerous or too costly or too unreasonable to do a real experiment, but something that we need to get done. All right, Julie's thinking of something hilarious, but she's not going to tell us about it. We'll move on. Or something unethical that we still need to know. How about car crash dummies? Can you imagine how insane it would be to put like a family of 4 in a minivan and drive them at 80 miles an hour against a wall to see how it goes? Right? You see how that is still kind of an experiment, but it's not a real experiment because we don't actually have real people in there. We're doing something as close as we can so that we don't kill people in an experiment. Also stuff like, suppose they're trying to see like if a building would withstand an earthquake. They're not going to shake a real building with people inside of it as hard as they can until it falls down. They're going to create a close enough model that is under the same conditions and then put it through flooding and earthquakes and see what happens. Everybody understand? Okay. All right. How you feeling about this stuff so far? Good? Okay, we are going to talk more about this on Monday, but here is what you need to know. I'm actually not going to have you I'm not going to give you any book homework. I'm going to give you something else. But you should know that in this book, they actually only call it observational study and experiments. They would call a simulation an experiment. They would call a survey as an observational study. But I teach the way AP teaches, just in case next year any of you are interested in taking AP stats. Who's a junior in here? Just you two, but you're not gonna be here, right? So if you wanna take AP stats next year and get college credit, I'm trying to teach it that way. So just so you know, they kind of focus on these two, but I like all 4 of these because I feel like they are very different. So that's how I'm going to teach it and how